Yes, there is a UDS this weekend, and this is my formal discussion on the day one wrap up for the event. So we're going to go through standings for round 6, 7, and 8 because I wanted to just kind of touch on the metagame a little bit as it was evolving through the top tables for the event. Remember, the top cut will wrap up through tomorrow, and we will have more. And this literally is the last UDS. So I just want to point out people to watch. So we got Cody Angeloff here. He's actually doing relatively well. We actually had Billy Brake show up. He's actually playing Shaddolls, if I recall correctly from his feature match. David Flores, Furman, Hani Jawari, of course, Barrett Keys, Jesse Cotton. This guy doesn't look familiar to me. Garen, and then of course Doug Zeef. And evidently Doug and Triff had to play around. I'm not sure how that ended up happening, but that was interesting. So, breakdown. Alright, so this is round 6. This isn't anything too spectacular here. So we got Benjamin Dieter on Hero. Played against Altergeist, sure. Josiah was playing Monster Mash. Now, I would like to see that list. No matter how he did, good or bad, high monster beat decks in the general course of the game have always been interesting. I see that we have Rocket Link here, and then we have Subterra and Spiral Danger, Infernoid, Altergeist, Spiral Altergeist, one Dinosaur, we have one Lunalite Danger, two Lunalite Danger actually, one Altergeist, one Spiral, one Paleozoic Frog, one Gramanju, one Mystic Mine, only one Salad, yikes, and one Shaddolls actually. Okay, so remember, this is just a sample size of 10 things here. So there's a remarkable amount of variety, which I agree with. Over a dozen different decks, different strategies, Altergeist and Spiral among some of the most popular decks. So I think that literally the Shaddolls structure deck just came out. I thought that there would be more representation for Dolls because Winda's been proving herself to be a fantastic card, but once again, that's if you're consistently able to go first. And looking at round 6, yeah, this is a smaller sample size and only the top 10 tables, but sticking out here, the Monster Mash deck is interesting. The amount of Altergeist here, I mean, we knew this. We knew that it and Spiral would be some of the higher represented decks, but I've been seeing progressively as the format has been going here, Spiral's domination in numbers, it's really been dwindling. And regionals have been showing that it hasn't been all that great for the deck. So we're going to move on. Round 7. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. So we have Mr. Shumping here playing Rockets against Spiral Scrap Danger, which Dominic was playing. I see that we have Spiral versus Altergeist, Spiral Danger versus Altergeist, Altergeist versus Lunalite, Shaddolls versus the True King Dino. Barrett Keys is on Shaddolls. I guess we have Billy on Dolls. We have Barrett Keys on Dolls. Decent players out here. More True King Dinosaur, 2 of them here. Subterra, Spiral versus Scrap Spiral, Spiral versus Spiral, Monster Mash. Man, Joseph Banks here made it holding through with Monster Mash. And then against Altergeist. And then we had Lexus Infernoid versus Salamangreat. So once again, another smaller sample size here. This time, we're still seeing that Monster Mash deck doing very well. Once again, only one Shaddolls deck up here at the top tables, which is kind of off-putting. Once again, I bring up the same point here. Dolls just came out. You figured that players would be jumping on this and being like, haha, the deck's good. Also, the low representation for Salamangreat is very shocking at the top tables, honestly. Figured that there'd be a little bit more of that push, but once again, it's the top 10 tables. Like, you've got sample size of 20 here, and it's not the best. And then round 8. I believe that this was the final round for the event, just for day 1. Which, okay. I mean, you got another, what, 3, 4 tomorrow? So, we have Rockets back at it again. Still here. Shumping, this guy, he must know something. To be pushing this deck at the top tables like this is really cool. So, yes, we do have one Rocket deck, standard Guard Dragon combo, pushing its way through the top cut here. He's playing against Altergeist. I'm sure that's pretty much a dice roll format. And then we have, finally, the hero players have walked up here to table 1. So we have 2 hero players here, one playing against Altergeist, one playing against Spiral Danger. Barrackey's still holding down at the top tables, playing against Spiral now. Once again, how many times can you resolve that window to put you in a good position? Then I see Spiral, Altergeist, True King Dinosaur, Scott Page tearing it up with Lunalights. And then we get into the more boring stuff, Altergeist, Spiral. Oh man, Altergeist versus Mystic Mine. That had to be the slowest snooze fest of somebody's life. And then we have more Spiral, more Lunalight Danger, Altergeist, and more Spiral. No Salad present here. So, numbers? Okay, so we have 6 Spiral, 6 Altergeist. Alright, cool. We've seen this. I'm not trying to say that this event's going to be the big driving force, but we're heading into a YCS next weekend. And a lot of players are going to be looking at just the diversity from this going, well, it topped the UDS last weekend. Maybe I should play it. I don't know how many players were in attendance for the UDS, but I do want to say that don't let the UDS drive this. A lot of regionals have been proving Solid's been a top contender for a lot of these events. Mech Knight Invoked has been another big underdog, pushing its way up through it's coming up usually from the bottom. As you can see here, we have no Mech Knight in top cut once again, at least for the top 10 tables. I mean, table 11, sure, I'm not saying it won't come up, but it probably will. The lack of Shaddolls, like I said, it surprises me. I figured a lot more players would be getting on this. Once again, I guess players might not want to learn the combos this early in the format, which is understandable. I get it. I'm sure definitely coming out of the 3v3 YCS next weekend, you'll probably see way more Shaddolls coming out. And the good news here is Hero finally getting some love. Hero's been one of those underdog decks for this whole format, alright? Regionals have been proving one big thing about this deck, and that it's good at what it does. But once again, in a more competitive event like this, the amount of Altergeist present goes through the roof. And I mean, it's not a particularly amazing matchup for the deck, but having to play through all the constant back row, watching your normal summon you literally get yeeted out of existence by a Solemn, it's not something that you want to deal with as a hero player. Trust me. But once again, regionals have been saying that, hey, this deck is doing relatively well. Top tables here at the YCS, hey, they look like they finally have shown up. Same thing with Salad. Like, it's really all over the place right now. It's very interesting. So, but more competitive event, you're going to see more Altergeist, you're going to see more Spiral in terms of representation. Outside of that, like I said, Spiral's like super big hold on the format. Yeah, the deck is very good, but it's not unbeatable. I think it's one thing that players have been missing this whole format. Droll and Lockbird exist. Literally, it stops that and it stops Hero, alright? Bad news is, like, if you're trying to Droll against Altergeist and Salad, you're not getting the best value, especially if your opponent literally just doesn't draw the Extrav and just normal summons the Mellozeek, makes, you know, the Link Rebo searches for the multi-faker, and you're just staring at them going, well, I guess I'll Droll and Lockbird you now. And they were already passing their turn because they already set 4 anyway. So, I mean, who really cares? So, that's my downside to, like, Droll and, like, the control matchups. Like, against Subterra, yeah, you do it after the pot, you get it. But if they don't open the pot, you're like, well, hindsight's 50-50, I guess. Like, you play it for the matchups you need it. If you draw in the bad matchups, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So, but what do you guys think about what we have so far out of the UDS? It'd be really cool to see Billy make some progress this weekend. It'd be really cool to see Cody do well. for the last UDS. But who are you guys rooting for? What deck do you want to see win? Please leave a comment down below. What you guys think? I'm rooting for Shaddolls. Alright guys, I'm out. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.